English Grammar Quiz. Designed for all levels of English. This test consists of 150 questions that assess your understanding of English grammar as an elementary, intermediate, and advanced learner. The first 50 questions are for A1 and A2 learners, or elementary level. The next 50 questions are for B1 and B2 learners, or intermediate and upper intermediate level. And the last 50 questions are for C1 and C2 learners, or advanced level. Can you hear what Michael is saying? Is he a student? This is my father. His name is James. We're students of the science faculty. Our teacher is Mr. Johnson. What is the topic of your discussion? This television gives you the latest news. There is a load of laundry to do. I want you to tell me the whole truth. Sarah is looking for a present for her mom. My friend checks his email every day. I can't imagine buying my own house. Please be careful when you cross the road. Please tell them to do what they like, I really don't mind. My grandparents walk for 20 minutes a day. When her train arrives, I'll fetch her from the station. My sister always gets up early in the summer. She misses her family a lot. I have never seen him before. Let's go for a walk, shall we? The police officer told the children always to tell the truth. I'm terribly sorry, but I didn't hear what you said just now, and I wonder if you could repeat it. Does she work in a bank? Yes, she does. I could buy that car when I was at college. She didn't have many close friends at high school. I only want a little sugar in my tea, please. Bob greets her every day, but she never says hello to him. What is the name of that picture you are looking at on the wall? There is no one in the house. The lights are off. Which of these tenses is past simple? My parents haven't come home yet. We aren't Spanish. We're Scottish. I used to watch that television show all the time. His teacher lives near the city center. Has she ever been to London? Which phrase is correct? Please don't park your car here. Mike listened attentively to the lecture on psychology, but he still didn't understand much of it. Did she play games in the evening? They have expensive computers. This box is smaller than the one I lost. Carla and Thean read the newspaper every day. Which sentence is correct? We hardly ever watch TV. Do you usually have lunch at school? He's my teacher's husband. She will probably invite us for dinner. What are they listening to? Tom doesn't like cooking. It's not my coat. Mine is brown. There isn't much oil in the bottle. Why are you late for the class? Before moving to the next part, please like the video, subscribe and turn on the notifications for more useful content. I can't sleep at night. You shouldn't drink so much coffee. I'm tired of waiting for buses. Let's go on foot. There's something about the flavor of that particular dish which makes it memorable. It can be very irritating when the waiter forgets to bring what you have ordered. I'm walking right up to the crowd now to see what's happened. Change this sentence to passive. They may ban the movie. The movie may be banned. We were walking home when we met Dan. I have been talking to Amanda and she agrees with me. I didn't get a satisfactory score. If you studied on a daily basis, you could get it. When Sarah arrived at the party, John had already gone home. You have to pass a driving test if you want to get a license. Teachers put a lot of effort into educating their students. Richard has been doing the same job for 20 years. How long are they going to stay in Rome? We used to live in a small village, but now we live in a city. I am used to living alone. He was bored, so he went for a walk. We had been watching an interesting program before they rang the bell. When I saw Robert yesterday, he said he couldn't remember the password. Her brothers, neither of whom lives in this city, fly to visit her every so often. Do I have to wear uniform at work? You leave office late these days, don't you? Yes, I have to, although I dislike working it. Olivia hasn't bought a new dress for the party, has she? If she had seen you, she would have greeted you. Why have you come here? I asked her why she had come here. The police are questioning two men. The sky is very gray today. Change this sentence to passive. They are testing the new drug. The new drug is being tested by them. Peter has two brothers, but he doesn't speak to either of them. That was a very good idea of yours. What do you want for dinner? She should have asked me before she used my laptop. The man looked thoughtfully around the room. The weather is getting worse. What's Indian food like? Really tasty. You aren't tall enough to play basketball. The men seen outside were probably the thieves. I told you not to switch off the heater, didn't I? If I'd really wanted, I could have been a professional footballer. Report what was said to you yesterday. My sister is coming to see me. When I saw Lucy yesterday, she said her sister was coming to see her. Everyone entering the building was searched by the police. Martin is someone with whom I usually agree. Pyeongchang is the city where the Winter Olympics were held in 2018. If you had any sense, you'd have sold it long ago. A walk in this weather. You must be joking. I wish I knew the answer to that question. I don't know if I'll be able to find the place. Yes, if only the sat-nav was working. What are you doing later this afternoon? Oh, when the game finishes, I'll go home, I expect. If I had a key, I could get in. Let's answer the last question of this grammar quiz, shall we? The neighbors were arguing last night, so something must have happened. I'm ready to do anything I can do to help you overcome your hardship. If you don't mind, I would rather finish my coffee before we leave. By the time we arrive, the kids will have gone to bed. Every time a celebrity arrives in Istanbul, the first question reporters ask them is how they like Istanbul. We didn't get to see the castle, nor did we see the cathedral. I don't suppose you are telling us the true version of the story, are you? I think Mr. Wilson has taught in this school since 2010 or maybe earlier. When George died, he and Amanda had been married for nearly 40 years. Why not schedule the meeting for Monday morning? No real work was done in the office while the boss was away. They explained that she couldn't take the course, didn't they? Not only was the room cold, but it was also very damp. Soils are the result of some interacting processes that bring different materials together. A demonstration is an act of showing by giving proof or evidence. What's in this book? Look at the contents page. I don't like noisy places. Neither do I. Cars were parked on each side of the street. Students are to behave in a manner that shows respect. I think we'll miss the train. I hope not. Is St. Paul's the oldest cathedral in Britain? If I had seen the teacher, I would have submitted him the project. You know they don't allow eating and drinking in here. Flights kept being delayed because of bad weather. He ordered them not to take part in the protest. Could you ask those waiting outside to make less noise? If I were given the choice of making either an oral or a written report, I would pick the second alternative. Why did you wash the TV screen? Why was the TV screen washed? So as not to be late, we left half an hour earlier. These plants usually flower in spring, but won't if there is frost. The tennis player is due to carry his country's flag at Friday's opening ceremony in Rio. Tickets are required for admission. Consequently, those who don't have a ticket won't get in. Choose the sentence that uses a non-restrictive clause. My brother, who is a doctor, is coming to visit us. I can't believe that you wrote a 7-page proposal in one day. That must have been exhausting. The man in the post office assured me that my parcel would arrive on time if I sent it by special delivery. Not only did they arrive late, but they talked throughout the film. Dizziness is a distressing symptom in advanced old age, and alarms relatives no less than the patient. Bacteria are so small that they can only be seen under a microscope. Eric told me that he had been working in Spain the previous year. Convert this sentence into reported speech. Bob said, "We will meet in the park." Bob said that they would meet in the park. Dave and Beth are not at home. They could be at the concert, I suppose. The mascot, as well as the hockey players, volunteers at the school. He hasn't slept for 24 hours. He must be exhausted. To keep up with its changing audience, Southwest Airlines rebranded in 2014. The rest of the candidates are likely to do less traveling, in part because they have less money. I didn't apply for the job despite the fact I had the necessary qualifications. Don't call the police unless it's strictly necessary. Bees sting only if they feel threatened. Olivia asked, "Where do you live?" She asked me where I lived. She doesn't remember who he is. Congratulations on making it all the way through. Don't forget to share your score in the comments section. We will upload more grammar quizzes soon, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned. See you in our upcoming videos.